we're just going to talk a little bit of IXL. So this is looking at DD.1, join sentences with semicolons, colons, and commas. All right, so this is the dreaded stuff, the stuff that we worry about while we write. Am I using this semicolon correctly? Am I using this colon right? I saw it a lot when I worked in the Writing Center at my university that I just graduated from this past year, where students would come in, college students who didn't know how to use semicolons, who didn't know how to use colons, and who were using commas like crazy people. So we are here to avoid that. So what they're going to be asking me to do in each question is consider the comma in bold and connect the sentences in the correct way. So use the correct punctuation mark in order to connect sentences to one another. All right, so we're going to skip down past this question and just look at the key ideas that IXL gives us. So semicolons, colons, and commas can be used to join two sentences together. The idea would be to use a comma when you're connecting two sentences that are joined with a coordinating conjunction, such as and, or, but, or so. All right, so if you see and, or, but, or so, you're probably going to need a comma in conjunction with that conjunction. So Hannah enjoys hiking and rock climbing, but Jim prefers to stay inside with a book. So as you can see, we're going to have two sentences here. Hannah enjoys hiking and rock climbing. That could be a sentence all on its own. Jim prefers to stay inside with a book. That could also be a sentence all on its own. They both have subjects, verbs. In order to join them together, we don't just need a comma. We also need a conjunction. So if you see that and, or, but, or so, that's a good little indicator that you might be looking at a sentence that needs a comma. For semicolons, you're going to want to look for conjunctive adverbs such as consequently, however, or therefore. So if you see something like consequently, however, therefore, that's probably a good sign that you're looking at a sentence that needs a semicolon. So Hannah enjoys rock climbing, hiking and rock climbing. However, Jim prefers to stay inside with a book. All right, so this semicolon stands here between these two sentences. You're going to use a semicolon, as you can see, they're the same sentence. If you wanted to put that, however, in there to make sure your reader knows that this is these are two contrasting statements, opposites, then you're going to use a semicolon before you put that however in there. You would not use a comma in that situation. So again, if you see these words, you're probably looking at a sentence that needs a semicolon. You can use either a colon or a semicolon to connect two closely related sentences that are not joined with a conjunction. So if you don't have a conjunction, if you don't have one of those adverbs in there, you can use either a colon, like in this case, or a semicolon, like in this case. So see how in this sentence, Hannah enjoys hiking and rock climbing. Jim prefers to stay inside with a book. It's the exact same sentence, except we took out that conjunction. We don't have a however. We don't have anything in there. We just have a semicolon joining those two sentences. You can do that with a semicolon. You can take those two sentences, join them together. If we were to put in and or but, that would be an incorrect use of a semicolon. So you have to use those two without a conjunction. Those two sentences have to be joined just with the strength of the semicolon. It does not need a conjunction. That would be just too much, and it would be grammatically incorrect. So don't crowd your sentences with too much. Keep it simple and put that semicolon in there. In this case, with a colon, Hannah enjoys hiking and rock climbing. She has climbed Mount Rainier 3 times. So a colon is going to be the best choice when the second sentence explains, defines, or illustrates the meaning of the first sentence. You're not just going to want to move on to some other topic if you're using colon to join two sentences together. You can also use a colon after phrases like this, the following, as follows. You're going to be kind of listing things off. Step with our IXL. I'm just going to show you how to do 1 or 2 quick little questions, and then you guys can get on your way and go ahead and work on this IXL. So what they're going to ask you for is to look for either the semicolon, the colon, or the comma that is in bold. By that they mean the little green one. Focus in on that one. It's going to be used in every example to connect two sentences, and they want you to figure out if it's the best choice. If it isn't, you replace it with something else. So here's what we're looking for. We're going to look right here at that piece of punctuation, and we're going to look at the words surrounding it. So Mayor Clark may still be at the city council meeting, or she may already be headed to her next appointment. So they're looking for Mayor Clark. We got a couple of places that she might be. That doesn't really matter because we know that we've got a conjunction right here. So we're looking around at the words surrounding the punctuation. If we see a conjunction, we know that we've got to use a comma. So I'm going to drag that comma in there. And then this joins those two sentences the way that they should be joined. There you go. A little bit further along the line. I mean, not that much further, but a little bit further down, so it's a little bit tougher. Consider the semicolon in bold, which is used to connect two sentences. If it is not the best choice, replace it with a different punctuation mark, just like we've been doing. So in 1933, the Farm Credit Association was established to assist farmers during the Great Depression. Today, it is the largest agricultural lender in the United States. Awesome. So what we have here is we've got this complete sentence. We don't have any conjunctions. We don't have any additional little words there. So the semicolon could be a correct choice, as it would be joining these two sentences together with confidence and with strength. That's what the semicolon does. So I think that is the correct answer. And we'll do one more. The durian fruit of Southeast Asia is known for its horrible odor, but its taste is often compared to that of a delicious custard. All right. So we've got a conjunction there. We've got but. That's one of our comma conjunctions, which would be and, but, and or. So we're going to leave that one. I think that is correct. Yay! And last but not least, parasitic species of lamprey, I have no idea what that is, attach themselves to fish by their teeth, and they feed off the blood and tissue of their hosts, such as walleye and lake trout. Again, we've got another conjunction, and, but, and or that goes with a comma. We don't see any of those other words that go along with the colon, such as follows, or therefore with the semicolon. So I'm going to submit. And there you go, guys. It's just as easy as that. I've already done like 4 of them for you. So if you run into those, you know the answers. You guys are going to do great. Go kick butt. Happy excelling.